What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday. And I'm so excited. We're getting through the 80s. We are at 1986 and the top 5 albums of that year. So let's get right to it. At number 5, Different Light by the Bangles. Absolutely have to love the Bangles and Susanna Hoffs, her solo career after, but this album is the one, if not just for Walk Like an Egyptian, but also you had Manic Monday, Walking Down the Street, so many great hits on one album. And you know, I just remember at this time, I was 8 years old. I think I mentioned this on the top 5 songs of 86, but my cousins and I performed or pretended to perform instruments. I was strumming a ukulele backwards, and I will never show this video, by the way. But yeah, I mean, we loved the Bangles music so much that we pretended to be them, and hey, got to love it. So now at number 4, Raising Hell by Run DMC. Yes, this was a year that hip hop was really getting on the map, and mostly because of that Walk This Way cover where Aerosmith was actually in the cover with them. I think it's one of the greatest reworkings of any song of all time, and what it really did, I mean, it broke down so many barriers, but this album is more than just that song. This is Run DMC doing what they do best. I mean, it's solid all the way through. And I think they were really the pioneers. There were a couple other groups at the time that had done things before them, but they really just got it out there. And, you know, Yo MTV Raps was shortly behind this. And yeah, man, hip hop forever since then. So great. Number 4. Now at number 3. License to Ill by the Beastie Boys. I told you, man, hip hop was a big year, and this was, you know, 3 Jewish kids from New York doing their thing, and man, what an album. I mean, you had, of course, Fight for Your Right to Party. You had No Sleep Till Brooklyn. You had my favorite, Rhymin' and Stealin', opening up the album, Brass Monkey. Just so many songs that are memorable. It's not my favorite Beasties album, but it definitely, I mean, just for nostalgic value, it is so fun. And again, fun to see how hip hop was just getting widely popular, mixing in some rock guitars like the Beasties did in those days. So that is number 3. Now at number 2, Graceland by Paul Simon. This taking another gear, of course, Paul Simon of Simon and Garfunkel fame, doing a solo career. He was already well into it at this point, but coming from more of a folk background, this was Paul Simon kind of introducing the world to world music in that year, going to Africa and hiring this African band to accompany him throughout the entire album on songs like You Can Call Me Al, Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, my favorite, Under African Skies, The Boy in the Bubble. The list goes on and on. It's a Grammy-winning album, and for good reason. And just like Walk This Way, kind of tearing down the racial boundaries that were happening and unfortunately continue to happen to this day, but in such a beautiful way. I mean, it was just the what the African people brought to his music. There was a soul, there was vocally what they did was so cool. Not just on their instruments, but the vocals that they added to the mix. It took it to another level. So that's at number 2. Now at number 1, So by Peter Gabriel, my favorite Peter Gabriel album. This, I mean, talk about hits, man. You got Sledgehammer, In Your Eyes, Big Time, Don't Give Up, Red Rain. I mean, it reads like a greatest hits record. There is not a bad song on the album. And, you know, there's a couple songs that you could think of as filler, but they round it out in such an artistic way. that this is just a perfect 9-song record that's an absolute classic from start to finish. Peter Gabriel, one of the greatest vocalists in the game, and this really shows that he was also one of the greatest songwriters. I mean, just the biting sarcasm on Big Time, the sexual innuendo of Sledgehammer, and of course, In Your Eyes, one of the greatest ballads of all time. Just makes you want to hold a stereo up outside somebody's window. Come on, man. So is awesome. So that is my top 5, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what are your top 5 albums of 1986? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10. It was another great year in music, obviously. Guys, we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, top 100s, and so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva la vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.